Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 24th of February to the 2nd of March 2025. So we have a lot of movement this week, and we start with Mars turning direct in Cancer. So Mars has been retrograde since early December, and we've discussed what this might mean. Be repressed anger, passive aggression, issues with mother, control, the home, dominance, self-anger, or lack of being able to feel our passion and where our direction is. So Mars retrograde is quite a long one, but it takes us inwards to find our passion, to find our motivation, and to use the fire to purge anything stagnant in our waters, and to cleanse anything we've been holding on to or repressing within. So Mars turning direct on the 24th should find us realigned to a new path, because we might have been forging forwards from old beliefs or goals, senses of responsibility or lack of self-worth, limiting our goals and ideals, and now having gone inwards to find our motivation and passion, we should actually be finding ourselves reaching further, wider, higher, or heading in a different direction of some sort, having recentered. So good news there, especially for Cancerians and Aries. Mars going direct in Cancer, but that will have affected us all somewhere in our chart. On the 28th of February, we've got a new moon in Pisces, and that's 9 degrees. So we've got the moon, the sun, Saturn, Mercury, the node, Neptune, all in Pisces, over half the chart in Pisces. And we spoke a little bit about this team of Pisces planets last week, broke them down a little bit, and you'll hear in the news about a great planetary alignment, and that's what they're talking about, everything lining up pretty close, with Venus in Aries as well, and Uranus in Taurus, Jupiter in Gemini, and Mars in Cancer. You'll be able to see a lot of planets making an alignment in the sky. So on the whole, this means intensity, really, intensity of a very Piscean nature. Pisces is nebulous, so it's a strange intensity. It's kind of a vulnerable, unknowing, foggy sensation, way outside the mind. So the tension is not controlling, I guess. That would be the base of it. Virgo opposite loves to control everything and know and have clarity. So the tension might come if you feel like you're not in control of your life, or you're not mentally clear where you're going and what's going on. But to help us with that, on the 1st of March we enter the first phase of the coming Mercury retrograde, and that's going to go from 26 Pisces to 9 Aries and back. And then on the 2nd of March we've got a Venus retro that's going to go from 24 Pisces to 10 Aries. Now I know that sounds like a lot of astrological information, but what it means is, especially for people born in the second half of March, you're going to get a Mercury retrograde and a Venus retrograde over your Sun. Mercury retrograde, as we know, is where we take our mind inwards and we change our mind, look at our root beliefs, motivations, thought patterns, see if we can break some of those and liberate ourselves. And Venus retrograde is the same, but for the heart. So we look at our emotional conditioning, our emotional beliefs, our self-worth or lack thereof, and any blockages we have within us that's preventing us from having harmonic and balanced relationships, anything that's blocking our creativity or our productivity. So as you can see, a lot of activity going on here, and Pisceans and Aries are the main stars of the show. So basically, don't expect any clarity from the outside. Let go of your grip, your needing to know where you're going, to understand and to have clarity. But our inner knowing, our cellular wisdom, will be absolutely starlit for the next while. So Mercury retrograde takes us to the 7th of April, and Venus retrograde takes us to the 13th of April. So that's the timeline there from now to mid-April. Don't expect anything to be clear in a rational, logical way, but go within and really learn to sense and feel. Heighten your psychic awareness. Heighten your symbol literacy. This is how the subconscious, in the realm of Pisces, actually communicates. So this is an exceptional time for tarot. The imagery of tarot is universal and dates back for centuries. So no matter what deck you use, you could have a practice of pulling some cards. Best way to do that is to ask a question from the heart, to be clear, to only ask it once, and then to leave the cards out to see if you get new insight over the hours or overnight, to see if you can zoom out and actually get what the bigger picture is. I'm very happy to offer tarot readings, as always. And a short tarot reading can be done for 30 minutes. We can really focus in on whatever it is that interests or troubles you. Another good way to work with this energy is called call and response. So you ask a question and then you let go, but you just stay aware during the day. If there's a message that comes through for you, you'll know it's real if you get a physical response in the body, like goosebumps or the hairs standing up on the back of your neck, or a sharp intake of breath if it stops you in your tracks. So by letting go, we're not looking for the answer every 2 seconds of the day and trying to make things work. But this requires kind of street tarot, really. It can be somebody walking past you and saying something. It could be insignia on a van going by. It could be a song on the radio, a piece of paper with some words on the floor, book falling off a shelf, that kind of thing. But we're just loosening up and allowing messages to come to us. And then it's up to us to determine the meaning of those messages. In certain circumstances, you can actually set your own vocabulary. So you could say, show me a yellow rose, symbolising XYZ, or show me a pink balloon for ABC. You can actually set your own symbols, and then at least you recognise them when they do come forwards. So incredibly unclear, but incredibly psychic couple of weeks coming up, taking us to mid-April, but can be used in those ways to really sharpen our extra senses. And all this is an excellent timing because if we think about it, Mercury going from Pisces to Aries and Venus going from Pisces to Aries and back, both of them, they're actually crossing over the point that Neptune's going to cross over on the 31st of March. And while Mercury and Venus are very light and personal planets, that's where we do our own clearing, Neptune is a far and universal planet, which will be entering Aries for a 168-year new cycle, so that's got a lot more gravitas to it. And maybe we can use this Mercury retrograde and this Venus retrograde to prepare us for that. Maybe that's why they're coming along at this time. If we can clear our mind and if we can clear our heart, then that's clearing the vessel that I've spoken about, so that then all we've got to do is be still and receive. So have a look where 24 Pisces to 10 Aries is for you in your chart. I can help you do that with a reading, tarot reading, courses or coaching, as this is the great releasing as we get ready for Neptune to fill our cleansed vessel with brand new energy. So do contact me, zoeheinz7@gmail.com for any of that. Post these videos on YouTube, Zoe Astro, Instagram Zoeheinz7 and Facebook AstroZo. So incredibly nebulous, magical, mysterious, slightly confusing, watery week ahead. Learning to go with the flow, trust our inner knowing and leave enough space for real magic to happen. So wishing you a wonderful week and I'll see you next week.